The definition of disparity reads as follows: a difference in level or treatment, especially one that is seen as unfair. But the only thing that's unfair about this indicator is the advantage it gives you. Yeah. Happy every other Wednesday, traders. We have the Disparity Index this week. It's a pretty easy, down the middle, simple indicator. So I don't think we have to spend too much more time talking about it. We'll do that more in the video. Let's get to it. Now, if you're new, welcome to the #1 indicator channel in all of YouTube. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. But you're not going to understand what we're doing here. You're going to be confused. You're going to be angry. You're going to have a lot of questions. Do this instead. Go to nononsenseforex.com. Read that first page. Watch the first video. Learn the system. It's a system you'll have the rest of your life and get caught up. This channel and this system is for people who put in work. Now, if you've already put in the work, let's go ahead and check out the specs for the Disparity Index. The year is going to be 2022. That is the version of this indicator we have. This is actually older than the 1996 threshold we like to see on this channel. It's actually an indicator from 1994. It's from a book I've actually read. And when Dan came out with this, I'm like, do you remember that book? Or am I the only one? But he read it too. It's Steve Nison's candlestick charting book. If any of you guys have read that book, let me know down in the comment section. But that was a blast in the past. And it's if you go to the blog, it's a very simple equation. But you know, that's what we had back in the 90s. We used rocks and sticks to chart things. But fear not, this version is 2022. The type's going to be a confirmation indicator. It is going to be a very standard zero cross, and we do not like zero cross indicators for exits. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Again, pretty simple. If you don't know how this works by now, every time the indicator crosses and closes above the yellow zero line, that is your signal to go long. And then if it goes the other way, that is your signal to go short. You can see on this one, it is quite choppy and jagged. And at first glance, gives you a lot of false signals. Well, that's where we come in. We smooth things out and we make them better. Let's go show you how we did that right now. Before we do that, just know the results I show you, good or bad, mean nothing. There's a simple threshold these indicators need to cross before we feel like they're good enough to show you. But we have shown indicators with just over the top bombastic results, and people have come in the YouTube comment section and said, yeah, this actually didn't really work that well in my system. I was kind of bummed out. And then we've shown other indicators that, at least by the standards you used to seeing, have underperformed. But then you'll see somebody comment and say, hey, this thing is amazing in my system. This is the indicator I was looking for. So you have to test this yourself because you just never know. Now, if you don't know how to do that, we got you taken care of in the links down below. We have a link to my automation blog, which has an embedded video showing you how to test this yourself. On the MT4 strategy tester, please remember everything you see on this series is an MT4 indicator. If there is an MT5 or a TradingView version, you're just going to have to search for it. With something like this, it's older. I would say your chances are probably a little better than average, but again, you just have to go look. We also have a link to the blog at the very bottom. You're going to want to know what our tweak settings are because we don't show them to you here on the video. So if for any reason you're going to have to go there for that, then if you want to, go to Dan's YouTube channel because he takes every indicator I show here and shows it running on the 1-minute chart to show you that it doesn't repaint, and then he also adds some bonus information. Now, if you want to send an indicator for us to review, we have done a handful of them already. We don't do most of them, but you can't win if you don't play. Send it here. There's a second email address that I put down below in the description as well. And then the #1 place in all of the World Wide Web, it is the Indicator Library, where you can download the Disparity Index and every indicator we have done here on the Indicator Profile series. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it did, starting with the EURUSD. Now, I always like to reference with ROI, I like to reference year after year because I'm so used to doing that. This is going to be higher than what we've shown you in the last few weeks, most of the time. So it's nice to see a good little improvement there while never sacrificing that really high win-loss ratio that we are aiming for from this point on. So I'm always really happy when we see good improvements on the main Forex pair because the majority of you who watch this video are Forex traders. But let's go ahead and go over to gold to where here, these are lower results than we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing quite a bit higher results on gold than single digits here. Now we keep it at a very high win-loss ratio, which is good. It's definitely something that can fit into a lot of systems, and you should test it if you are a metals trader. But I personally just like to see a higher ROI when you're dealing with something like gold. Solid ROI on the S&P. This is kind of where we've been hovering for the most part on this series since we changed the way we test. And again, I would like to refer to the very high win-loss ratio. If you have an indicator that wins more than it loses, more than 3 out of 4 times, and you show it to somebody on Wall Street, they would be quite interested in it. Just saying. Moving on to Bitcoin. Again, lower ROI than I would like to see on something like Bitcoin. You guys know how Bitcoin moves when it moves, and you certainly want to capture that. But again, good win-loss ratio and a bit higher on signals than we're used to seeing. So if you're a more active Bitcoin trader, or if Bitcoin is the only crypto you trade, or you just trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're probably going to like this better. But that is another one in the books. It is all things finance here. Traders know this. We don't just do indicators. We do all sorts of things. We have a trading psychology podcast every other Monday. We have an investment podcast every Saturday. And you never know what other types of videos might just pop up here, and you won't be aware of them if you don't subscribe and hit the bell, so make sure you do that. And we will keep bringing all of this to you because every little bit helps. Now go get it.